Today I've come to the cemetery in the village of Sidbury. Sidbury is in the southeast of Devon, the county of Devon, in the UK. Now this is a very small cemetery on the side of the hill here, a lovely situation. We'll just have a quick wander through and see what we can pick up. Just inside the gate here we have a monument, William Robert Sheldon, 1857 to 1926, a bencher of Lincoln's Inn, who resided at Sand in this parish. Ellen Caroline Water, the youngest daughter of the late John Wood Water, who was vicar of West Tarring in Sussex, 1839-1929, so she was 90 years old. On the end of this horizontal lying stone it reads Captain Wilkes Jolliffe of Livonia, Sidbury, late of the 10th Royal Irish Regiment, 1857 to 1928. One here celebrating the most humble of positions. This is Jessie Holmes, who died in 1932. For 37 years the faithful servant and friend of the late Miss Ellen C. Water. A large monument here, very well carved at the top. Unfortunately it's falling forward. The inscription at the base, that reads Sidney Weatherdon Toms, Bachelor of Music, Oxford, 1879 to 1929. And on the lower level we're reading that this was placed in memory of some of his many friends, in memory of his mother. A little bit difficult to read the bottom section. Nearby is a large plot, and this appears to be the Lord of the Manor. The inscription is reading Charles Henry Cave, 2nd Baronet of Sidbury Manor, 1861 to 1932. And beneath there is mentioned his wife Julia, who died in 1951. This is a war grave to Sergeant H.J. Goat, who was a pilot in the Royal Air Force. And he died on the 18th of October 1939, so just a few weeks after the start of the war. And the family have added the words at the bottom, "We loved him so much, he left us too soon, greater love hath no man." One here, beautifully clear stone and with some flowers. Very well kept grave here, yet not a recent grave. We've got Alma King, who died in 1923, aged 68, and William Vincent King, her husband, who died in 1926. So somebody is remembering, presumably their grandparents or maybe even great-grandparents, and keeping this grave very well looked after. John Bishop, who died at Sidford in 1922, aged 71 years, late Sergeant Farrier, 2nd Dragoon Guards, Queen's Bays, and Anne, his wife. Very clear inscription on this one. This is Eliza Ann Matthews, 1908. William John Matthews, their grandson, who died aged 3.5 months, 1918. And Samuel Matthews, 1922. Very clear and well preserved stone. Some sad words on this one. Elizabeth Ann, dearly beloved wife of Abraham George Brown, after a long and painful illness, borne with Christian patience, she entered into rest in 1914, aged 68. Horizontal stone here. Thomas Charles Darnell, Lieutenant Colonel in the Indian Army, who died in 1909, aged 84. Here we have a pair of metal memorials from the same family. This one is in loving memory of Edith Maude, beloved daughter of W and M Hook, 9 years and 6 months. Her end was peace. And the one behind is William Henry, only beloved son of W and M Hook. Died in 1906, aged 16 years and 6 months. And then, very movingly, sadly missed. Under the yew tree here is this metal cross, quite unusual. And simply on the base of it, it reads, "In loving memory of Mary." I'm moving now into the next section, clearly more newer graves, although not the latest. Just a simple wooden cross on this one, set into a stone at the base, and this is in memory of William Mason, or Nason. This is Augustus Hodson Coke, Lieutenant Colonel, Indian Army, retired. He died in 1936. And further into this graveyard, this cemetery, we can see there a lot of the newer graves. The cemetery is still being used. I stopped at this one because of the words beneath the name, Molly Povey, 1923 to 2006. It's just one of those things. A couple of very unusual memorials here, like large round stone plaques. The one on the left is Joyce Sefton and it's got a shell. On the right is Ronald Sefton, and an insignia at the bottom there, possibly from the army. Very unusual to see memorials like these. This one struck me. The name is Verdun William Gould, 1916 to 2001. Verdun. The Battle of Verdun. Terrible losses incurred, and that was in 1916. So he was named after that battle, and you wonder perhaps whether he had a member of the family, or maybe an ancestor, even his father, who had some connection or possibly died in the Battle of Verdun. Verdun William Gould. And finally I come to the very last section of the cemetery, the bit that's currently being used. Lovely situation here. You're looking across now to the village of Sidbury. As I said earlier, we're up on a hill here, and across there you can see the church in the town itself. That has a cemetery around it. We'll have time to do that another day. Lovely spot here, very, very peaceful. It's well worth a visit. Do come. Till the next time.